What is up?
How are you guys?
It is, Wendell. It is 9:30, and we are ready to go.
Exactly. We are locked and loaded and ready to roll.
And after last Saturday night and a lot of hard work by Danny and Jess, Danny is monetized.
Yeah, finally. Finally. Well, I can't say finally. We did it pretty quick. I mean, a year and a half in.
But it was the time, it just seemed like it took forever. And
look,
there you go.
Those last few videos we put out definitely helped. I'm not even going to lie. Tony, what the heck are you doing, man?
All the support.
Oh, come on, Tony.
I had to make sure it worked.
Oh, it works, brother. I appreciate it, man. Oh, my God, Tony. You killing me. You're the first one, too. You had to be, right? You had to be. It's the world of randomness, and it was just totally random. So, oh, man. I appreciate that, man.
Well, all the support you've given me, I wanted to make sure I was the first one to hit it.
Oh, man. I appreciate it, man. And listen, there'll be more support where it came from, man. So don't worry. So who is here? Arthur, what's going on, buddy? Kurt up in Helen, Georgia on vacation, which I'm jealous because I've been dying to get to Helen. Helen has an awesome mountain coaster, which I don't know if it's open yet or not, but I'm getting up there one way or the other. Wendell, appreciate you being here. Lena, appreciate you being here.
Got Patrick in the house.
Oh, yeah. Patrick, what is going on, bro? How
Patrick,
are
the
you?
only man I know that needs bleacher seats for all the kids to watch TV.
Yeah, aren't you jealous of those people that have those theater setups in their house?
Oh, I see pictures of people that are putting those in, and just
I'm not gonna lie, my couch in my living room was purposely bought for that reason. I told Jess, I go, look, the couch has to have a few things on it. It has to have electronic recline for the head and the bottom, and it had to have all the stuff. The cup holder, my cup holders on the couch light off. It has the fold down. Like, I got a cup holder on my left and I got a cup holder on my right because the middle seat folds down. It has USB ports there. I have outlets there. It has a light in the middle also. So yeah, it has. Jordan, what is up, buddy? How are you, man?
Buddy?
Thanks for joining.
So in other words, that couch could double as a middle row for a minivan.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, basically.
Kind of. I mean, it's got all the cup holders. It's got everything ready to go.
Yeah. But the problem is that's the dog seat. So anytime I put it down, I'm always hearing, why are you putting that down? Where's the dog going to sit? I'm like, on the floor.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah, it's not happening. Because I'll put it down, I'll put the laptop there and watch TV at the same time, and it's perfect. But yeah, no.
Max will do something here, and I'll be so angry.
Exactly, Wendell. Everything you need is right there.
Now you need one of those end tables that has the cooler in it. Have you seen those yet?
I have.
Slide out drawers, the refrigerated drawers.
See, the problem with the end table is they were her grandmother's. So those aren't going anywhere.
You keep the end table, and you get the coffee table.
Yeah, but I don't know.
I mean, how else are you supposed to keep beverages refrigerated within close reach?
See, here's the problem: is when I'm sitting in the living room, the kitchen's right there. When you live in an apartment, it's not that big of an issue. Why do I see a dozen eggs coming your way? What are they doing to you?
Huh? Oh. She's fixing stuff.
That was just weird.
Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. Glad to see you.
See, this right here doesn't apply in my house because the animals have as free roam as we do in this house.
It's like safari rules.
Hey, Lisa.
Because
is it safari rules? I mean,
they're free to roam. They're spoiled rotten, so they're not really safari rules.
But are they spoiled rotten, or are they just well taken care of?
The very fine line between the two.
I mean,
you guys had a camera on for your dog on Saturday night.
It's Leia. Leia has her own shirt on our channel. I mean, come on.
And how many other well taken care of dogs have that? Spoiled dogs have that.
How many other well taken care of dogs have people that do YouTube? I mean, really? I mean, come on. I mean, hold on. Let me. Like, I mean, really? I mean, come on. I mean, and it's Leia. I mean, channel called Two Real Geeks, and the dog's name is Leia. I mean, come on. I mean, it just works.
Lena, I believe that with you, that you spoil your animal too. I mean, it's just.
Yeah. Look, they say they're family, and it's the truth, right? I mean, come on.
Yeah, they really are. I mean, just like with family, you get mad at them sometimes. You sometimes have to scold them, but.
I mean, look, you got Max. I mean.
Yeah. And he really does have kind of run of the house.
Leia does too.
I mean, that dog gets in trouble for something, and I won't let him up on the furniture. He literally sits there and looks at me like, this is a joke. I know this. I know that
you are going to let me up.
Yeah. And then you'll see, we call him a slinker because you'll see him start to slowly kind of clip clop his way over, and then he'll stop and he'll look up on the couch like, got any room up there? Like, I see plenty of room up there.
Yeah.
Nope. Go on.
I mean, Kurt just said it right there. The name,
Yeah.
The name says it all, Princess Leia. Lena, oh, come on, Lena, thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Oh, man.
All the hard work, Danny, you've deserved it. How many people have came to you over the last year, and
but you know what, though? Honestly, the work doesn't stop here.
No, it doesn't.
The ride has just begun even more. Honestly.
Now it's more of a grind because you got to keep that up.
Exactly. And you know what? We've been keeping it up, and there's no reason not to. And it'll happen. It'll be fine. We got this. We got it,
And I already told you got my reservations for Cedar Point.
Dude, I'm so excited for you. Oh man,
Tony. I'm really excited about this.
Tony,
I've been waiting for a long time.
I can't wait to see what you bring back.
Yeah, I already told the kids. I said we're taking the camera pack, we're taking the gimbal.
Thank you, Lena. Yeah, Tony, you're taking everything with you, man. You're taking everything.
Yep.
Just make sure before you go that they allow anything extra accessory wise that you're bringing in to the park.
Yeah, I do need to check on the gimbal. Yeah, I know that they actually. I read that they allowed selfie sticks. You just cannot take them on the ride, which for good reason. I mean,
yeah, obviously. But do you really want to have? It just looks weird.
And not just that, but Cedar Point is famous for their head choppers.
Yeah,
especially on like the Gemini. I can see a selfie stick coming back and hitting somebody.
This is what I have. The octopus gorilla pod,
mm-hmm.
And they won't let me use this in Six Flags.
Oh, they won't let you take it into Six Flags.
No, they won't. They won't even let us bring it in. But whatever, their rules, their park.
That's
I'm just there to play.
Now, there are a lot of guys who have gone around and filmed, and you can tell that they are using some sort of stabilizer. So I will look into it. Actually, I need to
Um,
send an email out
you know
to.
what, though? Realistically, if you go back to my videos from Six Flags, right?
Mm-hmm.
I've had a lot of people ask me if we use anything like that, and I'm like, nope. I'm just freehand. My camera has an awesome gyro in it.
Yeah, that's one thing that I've noticed. Mine it has the stabilizer for pictures, but and I'll sit down and read through the book a little better before I get up there. But I can't get it to work on the video end.
But you know, I'm definitely going to be 100% going to be making one. Have you watched the Carpetbagger, right?
No, you've talked about him. I've never
Tony,
ventured
what are
over
you
there.
waiting for? If you like our stuff, you will like what he does. He does art, what we do, but more nationwide. What I want to get into, but he despises coasters, but he'll do them, and he is the easiest person to scare in a haunted house. And it's funny to watch his reactions on this stuff. Like he's just a genuine guy. Like he's so. Like he doesn't give his opinion on things. He just shows fun places, you know. And you should watch him on mountain coasters. Oh man, it is. He's like he won't go fast. He'll go slow. He'll make sure he slows down. It's funny.
I was say you're talking about the ones like that have the hand brakes and stuff where you can adjust your speed.
Yes,
I've seen
like
a few of them.
one that I'm dying to get to is up in the Goats on a Roof.
I've only seen a couple. I'm not even sure where the ones I've watched are located, but yeah. I do one, but yeah,
Tennessee has them. Gatlinburg has a bunch of them.
Okay, I think I did know that now that you mention it.
Mm-hmm. Gatlinburg definitely has one.
So when are you back at Six Flags next?
Tomorrow.
Now, me and you were kind of chatting back and forth today about the whole reservation system for Cedar Fair and with Six Flags. How many reservations can you have at Six Flags at one time?
The whole season.
Okay, so you could go and reserve every day if you wanted.
It'd be crazy and greedy, but yeah.
Now, you know, I got to thinking about it today, and I was going through the reservation system, and now the 9th, it is completely gone. Now, see, for the 10th, there's still plenty of openings for Friday, the 10th,
right?
Which you would think that would have gone just as quick because those 2 days are specifically pass holder only.
Okay.
And then starting on Saturday is pass holders and resort guests. So
right.
Cedar Point has, let's see, there's the Breakers, which is the old hotel that was built way back in the day. It's like 120 years old. There's Lighthouse Point. They've got RV and campsites. Castaway Bay, and another one I just can't think of it. Oh, they got cottages they're quite a ways out, but they're still considered. So these are like what,
mom and pop hotels type of thing, or
now there are a ton of hotels up there. I mean, there's Milan Road's the name of the road, and I mean it's one long straight stretch from the beginning of Sandusky all the way to the other, and I mean literally it's hotels and fast food.
Okay.
There used to be a mall up there, but I don't know if that mall's still there or not because
I wouldn't imagine that mall would do good business.
I remember going there as a kid with my mom and dad, and I remember like if we went up and we spent a few days, like they would hit that on the way back just I guess to go. I mean, well, when I was a kid, I mean, you had a few standalone stores, but almost everything was malls, you know?
Yeah.
But I remember that place always being packed. But you got a lot of people up there. So
is it only open during the summer?
No, it's open year round. Well, that's like right there by where SeaWorld and Geauga Lake used to be.
Patrick. You will love them. Who's that, Caitlin?
No, Caden. He's like just wandering around in his own little world.
It's okay.
He
Skies took my drone. What is up? Thanks for joining. I love the emojis.
Yeah, up by where SeaWorld and where Six Flags purchased an old park. I mean, it was literally only like 20 years younger than what Cedar Point is.
Is that Norwalk, Connecticut, or
No, Norwalk, Ohio, which is
okay?
literally, Wendell, you'll have to help me here. It's been a few years since I've been up that way, but Norwalk, depending on where you're at in Norwalk, you could be at Cedar Point within like 20 minutes. In Norwalk, when you're going up the main highway that I take, I mean, I go right through Norwalk and I make a right and I'm right on the road I need to be on to go right past all the hotels. And I'm still kind of trying to play through the drive in my mind, but it's just one of those places. I mean, it's if you live in Norwalk, you are a Cedar Point person because it's really that close and that easy to get to.
I would love for you to catch up to me, Lena. You know, I'm not. Let's party this together. You know.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Wendell can vouch for me. You know, there's not many places that offer more to do. I mean, outside of the big ones in Orlando,
right?
Than what Cedar Point has to offer. And there's so much going on around Cedar Point. You know, Kalahari and Great Wolf Lodge. I don't know if you've ever heard of those.
We have one here in Atlanta.
Okay. The Great Wolf or Kalahari?
Great Wolf.
Kalahari is like a Great Wolf Lodge on steroids.
That's what I hear.
And they've built one of each up there. I mean, and you're right on Lake Erie, and there's two islands that everybody goes to. One's called Put-in Bay. It's kind of like a party island, and then there's one.
I love this comment. I love it. It's so true. Straight out of Funland. What is up, man? I haven't seen you in a while. What's going on, brother? You've been busy playing Fortnite and stuff recently, I've seen.
You know, I don't understand the whole Fortnite craze.
I don't either, Tony.
I mean, I have watched my kids play this for going on 2 years now. Mm-hmm. And and I'll tell you what, I got mad respect for these people that can just blow through it because I watch my kids play it, and I mean, they're like all over the place on that controller. And I'm like, the last time I was all over the controller was when I played Street Fighter, trying to get the super speed hands. But yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's basically the new Call of Duty, and I don't know.
Well, that's what they say, but you know what? I can sit down
Kurt
and play.
Said PUBG's better.
I've got a friend that plays PUBG. He's always sending me stuff to watch him live, and I'm like, I don't know what it. I guess it's kind of like a Fortnite version game.
Like, I'll stick to my theme park games for right now too, and I guess my Animal Crossings because why not, right?
Yeah. I mean, I'm at a point in my life where I don't need to pull a hamstring trying to play a video game.
Yeah.
Welcome in, Max.
Jonathan said Apex is good also.
I think Caden plays Apex from time to time. I think he already went upstairs, or I'd asked him because I heard him say something about Apex.
Is it bad? Like I used to be like before this YouTube thing took off for us, like it consumed my life. I could say in a good way, but I used to know all these video games and stuff. Like, do you remember, like there used to be a new game that came out like every week.
Yeah.
And now there's like nothing. You gotta wait till like Christmas time or something. That's when they drop everything. But now it's just like I look at the games and I'm like,
They don't advertise them the way they used to either.
No.
I just when I was a kid, well, it was Atari and Nintendo, but I remember going all the way back to like Atari and Nintendo. Man,
he plays on the phone. Imagine that. Can you ever go back to when you were a kid and think and say, hey, your future self's going to come back to you and be like, Do you see this? This right here is a telephone. You're not going to have a phone in your house connected to the wall, and you can play games on this. I'm like, yeah, okay, right.
Danny, I remember when Pong came out.
Yeah.
And you know what? If I had one, I'd hook it up and play it still today.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you know, the original Atari 2600. I'll bet you at one point in time we had almost every game for that thing.
I'm with him on this one. I'm with him on this. Like, how can Jess and I not be kids still? I mean, really, come on, look at the things we do.
Well, you know, I remember thinking when the Atari came out, and after having Pong,
yeah,
you know, I was 9, I think, when it came out, and I remember playing all those games. And I'm like, these graphics are so cool. And then Nintendo came out, and you're like, wow, nothing is going to get better than this Nintendo. As I took the cartridge and I blew the fuzz out of it, then I put it in and hoped it would work.
Not knowing that you're actually doing more damage than anything.
Yep.
Thanks, Baxter. I appreciate that, buddy.
Then
wow, look at this. He said Wendell said he was in college when Pong came out.
Oh wow. What was Pong? I think 78 when it was introduced for home use. I'm pretty sure it was 78.
I will tell you right now, it was 72.
Oh wow.
November 29th, 1972.
I remember having one in the house, but I wasn't. I was
remember they made the arcade for it too.
The arcade version of Pong. Oh yeah.
Well, no, it was Breakout that they had the arcade.
After they had Pong too.
Yeah, they did.
They had Pong, Breakout. I mean,
Breakout. One of my friends growing up had a Breakout arcade in their basement, and many, many hours playing Breakout.
Breakout's a good game. I mean, it's
addictive.
But if you show it to a kid nowadays, they'd be like, how do you get weapons? How do you get this? How do you get it's what? Jonathan said it best in 2 of my favorite games, Joust and Cubert.
Yep.
I never understood why you were jousting on the back of a flying turkey or ostrich, whatever it was, but you did. And I played that for hours on end. I mean, hours.
In 3 colors too. Yep.
3 very similar colors at that.
Remember tanks?
Yes. I had tanks, and I think that was called. I don't think it was just called Tank. I think it was actually called Battle Tank.
I'm trying to remember what the game. It was for the NES. It was for the NES. You were a helicopter, and you had to go through. It was a downward scrolling game, and you had to go through and you would shoot at like tanks and everything, and then get the power ups. But the power ups were different helicopters that attached to your helicopter.
Now it's probably something that was kind of jumped off in 1942. Remember 1942, where you were they had 42, they had 45. Yep. So it's probably just given a different year. Do you remember the game Commando?
Yes.
Where the helicopter came in, dropped you off, and you shot little white pellets, and you went around and you had to get stuff.
I remember this.
Yes. Gertrude's Egg, I do not, but Oregon Trail. I
have to get something, speaking of Oregon Trail, because he just, let me see if I can find it. I'll be right back. I got to see if I can find this.
Yeah. Oregon Trail, that is something I don't think anybody under the age of 30 has ever heard of it. And anybody over the age of 30 probably spent their childhood playing it.
All right, you ready?
Yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So you got a handheld version of everybody getting food poisoning and dying.
And yeah, dysentery and all that. Yep.
Sarah got the dysentery. Was
Yep.
never big into things like Galaga and Galaxia and all those. And one that I always tried to get into, but I couldn't because I got pissed off every time it started moving, was the game Asteroid.
Oh,
You never get the ship to stop
God.
when you moved it.
Yeah.
And it
Or
was like
Space Invaders. I did not like Space Invaders.
now Space Invaders I played. I'm not gonna lie, but as I grew and the second generation of those games come out,
Yeah.
which I guess Galaga come out at the same time as that, and Galaxia as well. Another game I remember playing all the time was Centipede.
Yep.
Remember Centipede?
Yep. I sure do.
Yes, Centipede. Another favorite was called River Raid, where you were a plane. You had to fly through the. It almost seemed like it was just up a river all the time, but different types of things, and you had to constantly find fuel spots as you went. You flew over it, but we actually bought one year for Christmas for the kids one of the retro 2600s that had the games in it.
Yeah.
Those kids played it for a couple of months. I mean, and then my son Brandon, he took it upstairs because he saved up money and bought an HDMI pack that plugged into the TV, and it came with two of the turn control.
Yeah.
I mean, he played that for quite a while, and then and those are some of my favorite games. Were the one with the paddles.
Yeah.
Like Kaboom and Carnival and anything, because it took a little more work to win those ones.
Dig Dug.
Dig Dug.
Pitfall.
Have you ever reached the end of Pitfall?
No.
I have gotten to the end of Pitfall before.
It's great.
I mean, I remember doing it. I remember that like the screen would flash.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden it would just stop because I don't know if it just reached everything it could render. But
I gotta go. I gotta go to San Diego.
There used to be a place like that in Seaside Heights. It had
actually here we have one here in Atlanta. New York, we had a couple, but there was one in particular Jess and I always went to. Jess and I are fond of pinball machines. Okay.
Oh, you would like this place.
But there's a place in New York that's all it is. It's just pinball machines. And you can actually buy them too. So
that's a dream of mine to own a pinball machine.
Oh man. Game Genie. Yes, I remember that. That was
Game Genie was
the ultimate cheat code.
Yeah, it had built-in cheat codes. You put the game into that, and then you slid it into the slot, right? Am I remembering that right?
Yes. Yeah, so the Game Genie went into like the NES, and then you put the game into the Game Genie. So yeah, straight out of Funland. That's awesome. That is awesome that she actually remembers that. That's so cool. That was so long ago too.
Yeah. Have you ever been down to Seaside?
Of course I have.
Okay.
I grew up in New York. I mean, come on.
Well, yeah. I mean, still, people from New York don't want to go to New Jersey.
Window, yes, exactly. Yeah, well, it's Jersey. I mean, come on.
Okay.
Dirty Jersey.
Do you remember where the old carousel was at Seaside?
I sure do.
Okay. Have you ever been in there?
I'm trying to remember if I have to remember that far. I don't think so.
Okay. Anyways, that was a place that was filled with all the pinball machines.
Okay. Like this, like what we're talking about here. He knows the place I'm mentioning in New York City. Okay. And the pinball museum. There's actually a couple places up in New York with pinball machines now.
Yeah. This place here, it wasn't just pinball though, and they had that carousel.
Yeah.
And if you went down to Seaside, I'm sure you had pizza at a place called the Sawmill.
Of course.
Okay, if you went into the Sawmill and had pizza and you came out, it was like at the end of the first row of buildings. It was right on the corner. As a matter of fact, all the buildings I think were part of it, except for the one just before the Sawmill.
Okay.
It was just massive. They had about everything you could think of video entertainment for the time. They had skee ball. They had the ones where you shoot the balls into the skee ball holes.
That's like, remember the video that we did that we went to the place here called My Parents' Basement?
Yeah, My Parents' Basement.
And that's what they do. It's a bar with a restaurant, and they have arcades, but their main thing is pinball machines. And they actually do, was every Wednesday or Thursday night, something like that. They do pinball competitions there.
Oh, that's cool.
Like legit certified, like through the pinball league competitions. So like you got to actually move up in ranks and go to compete in pinball tournaments and stuff. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be cool. I can't remember the last time I've even. I had speaking of that, I remember now. I had a ColecoVision at one time. It was given to me by a neighbor, and I remember the controllers were so weird for a ColecoVision. If I remember, it was long like a remote control. It had the joystick in the middle, and there were like numbers at the bottom, like 6 numbers or something like that. I'm not sure what those numbers were for because I only had like 2 games with that.
Yeah.
And see, everybody thinks of Atari and Nintendo for Donkey Kong and Mario. Well, it all started on ColecoVision.
Yep.
ColecoVision released the original Donkey Kong.
Remember Jaguar?
Nope.
Yeah, that's how quick. They had like 1 game and that was it. And then it just bombed. It came out right before the Sega.
The Genesis?
Yep. It was actually the first consoles to do CDs.
You know what?
It was far ahead of its time. It was too far ahead of its time. If it came out around the same time as PlayStation did, we would not be sitting here and knowing what a PlayStation was.
Now, see, you go back that far and you look at Nintendo and then the beginning of Sega with the Genesis.
Yep.
They put themselves on the map so large with that Genesis, and there were so many great games that came out of that system. I mean, Sonic the Hedgehog. I mean, it's still.
Yeah, I don't know. I wasn't a Sonic fan.
No, but when that came out, they were able to create games like the old NBA Jam, where you could actually change like head size and all sorts of stuff.
That's when like modding the game and cheat codes and all that were big, and that's when the Game Genie was around too. And honestly, like I'll tell you right now, if it wasn't for Game Genie, I think that kind of broke the way games are played. Like to go into Call of Duty and all people want to do is mod the game and put the cheat codes in and all of that. And I think that if we didn't have that growing up, I think it would have been a lot different now, where people would have just went in to play the game. But at the same time, I don't think the games would be what they are now without that too. So it's a win-win, lose-lose, you know?
You know, and there's no one right now that doesn't understand up, down, left, right, BA, select start.
Up, down, left, right, A, B, star, yeah. I mean, exactly.
That was Unlimited Lives on Contra.
Yep.
Which another great game, by the way.
I read an article that said NBA Jam was rigged. If you picked the Pistons versus the Bulls, and the Bulls had 2 shots to win the shootout. Yeah.
Oh. Now that's funny, and I believe that.
You know what though? That was the thing. That was little Easter eggs in the games though that they used to do, and there was a lot of Easter eggs. Like if you did this one versus this one, and you needed to do this with that, like it was you in a way, which you were doing was programming, and without really knowing it,
Yep. Well, that's like, NBA Jam introduced things like the commentary over
Yep.
over a sport, and
From downtown.
yeah, lasagna on the grill,
Yep.
and the idea was
On fire.
yeah, and it became at the time the largest franchise game of all time.
Yep.
And then Sega wanted to have exclusivity to NBA Jam, and then they kept building on it with all these extra NBA Jam games. Then PlayStation came out with a disc version. So Sega, instead of sticking with the Genesis for a while longer, because Genesis for a while was neck and neck with the PlayStation, which had much better graphics, they decided to come out with the Sega Saturn. The Sega Saturn, I remember I had a few friends that had it, and it was a horrible system. And they were still trying to continue to separate themselves and only put out product under their name.
And then at the same time, you also had Dreamcast.
That was it. Was it the Sega Dreamcast? Or was it called Saturn? I was thinking it was called
Saturn. There was a Saturn, and there was Dreamcast also. So,
but once they moved from cartridge to disc, PlayStation just buried them, because PlayStation said, "You know what? You can make product for other people too. We've got our own exclusive titles, but we will pay you X amount to come over here and."
You also saw who jumped onto the disc at the same time and said all that.
Well, you had Nintendo. That was the GameCube, and they tried to market it as, "Hey, we've got little discs."
Right.
And to this day, I think Luigi's Mansion is one of the greatest games of all time. Were you a Luigi's Mansion fan?
Yeah, I have it on the Switch. Yeah. I have the new one on the Switch.
I played that constantly when it came out.
Thank you, Jonathan.
Another one. Did you know you can get? I forgot about that game until that was even mentioned. And that was actually a good game.
That's like, I mean, when all that stuff kind of came out, I kind of jumped off of, like, when PlayStation came out, like, I had a PlayStation, but I didn't go to PlayStation 2 because that's when the Xbox came out. So from PlayStation, the original, I went to Xbox, and then, I stuck with Xbox since. So
I like
Drone Kings, and we're in and good to go.
Yes,
100% good to go. We are monetized. So it took me a couple hours to hear back from them, and that was it.
And I don't know if they've changed the way they look at that, but I remember a while back some people that had reached their time, and it took them a good week to hear something back.
I know of a channel that you and I both know of, and it took them almost a month or so to get approved.
Well, maybe they were looking into stuff.
Maybe. But the thing what I do is I did my AdSense right away. Like right about where you're at right now, Tony.
Yeah.
When I applied to AdSense, I kind of had everything in motion well before this was even a thought for a view for us. So
yeah, I think I've actually looked into that part already. I know that none of that counts for you until you reach.
Thank you, Drone King.
1,000, 4,000.
It's doable. Trust me, to get this, it is doable. Like, let me tell you, when we first got into this, it was just for fun. It was mostly to show people what we were doing around in Georgia, things like that. Like, okay, we're going out, we're gonna go places, if we go to Comic Cons, we do the Rebel Legion stuff, so we're at the Comic Cons all the time, dressing up as Star Wars characters and stuff, as Jedi and stuff like that. And we're like, let's have fun. Let's just put things up and keep a record of it. And from there, it was just everything we were doing was actually gaining more momentum each. So we're like, all right, this is a thing. We got this. So, and we're still having fun. That's the main thing, is we're just having fun.
What is Jess doing to Leia back there?
They're setting fireworks off. One of my neighbors has a giant speaker outside right now, and she's not happy.
Gotta love apartment living.
It's better than New York, so.
That's true. And, well, I won't say cheaper because
it's
probably not a ton cheaper. Well, anything's cheaper than New York.
It's a lot cheaper.
I mean, a shoebox in New York will run you $1,000 a month.
For a one-bedroom apartment in New York, you can, for low end, I mean, for a bad apartment, you're paying at least $1,500 a month.
I just don't know how people make it in New York.
And here's the thing: to get that apartment, like if I went there and I was saying, "Hey, I want to move into your place," I need the $1,500 times 2, plus whatever security deposit they want.
Oh, so they want first and last plus a security deposit.
First and second plus the security, yeah. So how do you do that? Like,
I don't know.
Or if they don't do it that way, it's the first month plus the security deposit, which is usually even to your rent.
Hey, we got a nice basement brownstone 1-bedroom for $1,900 a month.
Yeah.
Are you okay with a cracked foundation?
Because
those brownstones, man, they'll last forever. But boy, once you start having problems,
or you could do that.
That's us. I mean, we got a 5-bedroom house, and I don't pay half of that a month.
Yeah. I mean, I'm probably paying more than I should, but it's nowhere near what I'm paying here. Up in New York for what I have a 2-bedroom, 2-bath apartment for 2 of us. I mean, when we moved here, it was more okay. We were paying that for a 1-bedroom up in New York, and I can get double what I had up there. Yeah, we're doing that.
Well, plus you have
Jonathan also made this point. Yeah. And exactly, how am I going to do that? How am I going to get to Six Flags?
But
the closest Six Flags to where we were was about 2 hours away.
Great Adventure was 2 hours for you.
Yeah, Jackson was about 2.5.
Yeah, yeah, you got to get out of New York first, and that's a good hour.
But then there was this. We were looking at that too, where it is $15 an hour now for minimum wage in New York. But I was like, all right, realistically, $15 an hour, and at that price in like maybe 5 or 8 years or so,
yep,
and it's going to come back up. Exactly. So it sounds good, but it's going to even out.
People do not want people that are over people do not want the smaller people to get ahead.
No, it's just everywhere. But
if people start making more money than what they're paying in rent, those people are going to go buy a house instead of rent a place.
Even the house prices up there are ridiculous.
Yeah. And
ridiculous.
The one that gets me is you can go into New York and you can buy an apartment. Yes. People buy 1-bedroom apartments, and I mean, they call them condos. I've seen they're not condos, they're apartments.
They're apartments. But here's the thing too, is there's even a committee for those condos.
Yep.
Like it's a home. It's like an HHA for a condo. Like,
Yep.
I'm like, really? Like, no, I don't want. I don't need your approval to hang a photo up on my wall. No.
Nope. You know, it's like when I wired houses in New Jersey. You know, you get into some of those communities, you know, with HOAs, and those people, those committees would be coming up to you, the construction worker, as you're hanging a light, and be like, "Oh no, you can't hang that there. That's again." I'd always look at him and say, I don't care what you think. I'm hanging this. You can talk to the homeowner. I mean, they would come up and bother you while you were working.
That is so true.
Yeah. I've never seen any money in Star Trek.
Nope. Not at all.
And they have starships.
Yep. Star Wars, you got credits you got to worry about. You got to you see them buying things with credits, you know. But in Star Trek, you never see any currency.
Yep, and you've got two different currencies. You've got Republic credits
and Galactic.
And Galactic credits.
Yep.
Now, we don't know what the exchange rate was for those. And for all we know, that it could have been really worth nothing.
Exactly.
Because if you take a look at Star Trek compared to Star Wars, the people from Star Wars lived pretty poorly. And a lot of them had crappy looking ships. There were no crappy ships in Star Trek.
No, there wasn't.
No, they were all nice and shiny. Even after they got shot at, they were still nice and shiny.
Yeah. They really were. Like the Enterprise looked like it always had like a nice, like, you know.
But in Star Wars, you didn't have to worry about tribbles.
Yeah, this is true. This is true. They both had their benefits and disadvantages in their own way. So
you never seen Luke trying to deal with the Kobayashi Maru.
This is true. This is true. I mean, Jonathan, saves the day here. You know, I mean, come on.
Yeah, that's a little deeper into the Star Trek universe than I go.
From that comment there. Leia just ran away from Jess and came in here to me. I have no idea what this is about.
It's the second time she did this.
She just wants to hang out with me, Jess. I don't know what
she's looking for her camera.
Oh, she doesn't want to go. She's looking for her camera. Yeah, until I turn it on, she runs away.
Fine.
She just doesn't want to go outside. Oh, now that Jess said fine, you don't have to go. Now she's leaving the room again. Bye. This dog.
Yeah, we haven't had any real fireworks.
Star Wars, new Batu. Hey, did you see that? They actually have a whole Batu Lego line that's out.
Oh, do they?
Yeah. Yeah.
I haven't looked into much of it lately.
Oh man! So, you know, earlier this weekend, Patrick's family and me and Jess went out to the flea market, right?
Mm-hmm.
And oh my gosh, Tony, either he or I were going to do it, but not for the price. They had the old school Millennium Falcon. I mean, the big plastic hunk of junk Millennium Falcon.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm talking about, right?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
For the price of it, it wasn't worth it. It was missing the side hatch door and everything. The dude wanted like $150 for it, and we're like, yeah, no, it's not worth it.
I'll bet you it didn't make it home though. You don't see those very often anymore.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It was hanging in this guy's booth at the flea market, so I don't know. It looked like it's been there for a while. But it's an awesome hunk of junk. Like, come on, it's the Falcon.
It's the fastest ship in the galaxy.
Yeah. If I could afford it, I would do the whole Lego one.
There's 2 versions of it out.
I want the good one.
The one that's $750.
Yeah. Yeah.
Would you get that, or would you get the Death Star?
Oh, the Falcon. The Falcon. You can display the Falcon easier. The Death Star, how do you display something that, I don't know. I never liked the Death Star to begin with. Like, it was just, like, I get what it was supposed to be. I do, obviously. But it's just harder to display that,
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kurt. They during the summer there's flea markets all over Ohio.
Yeah. Yeah. He is not joking about that one.
What if he would have told you
Said when it's working.
Danny, if he would have said to you, "Kind sir, for $100 you can take it home."
That was the other thing. It's like, not the week. It's not the week for it, Like, I live in an apartment. Like, it wasn't the week. The first is coming up quick.
That thing could have been hanging from the ceiling behind you for today's show.
There's something else going back here. It's okay. I showed you what's going there. Patrick knows what's going here.
Patrick, if you would have told him 75 and he said, "Sir, I'll take 100," you would have walked home with it.
I would have probably did it at 75 too.
Did you try to talk him down at all?
There was no talking to this guy. He started it way too. He was like, once we looked at it, he was like 150. We were like, Patrick and I looked at each other. We're like, yeah, we're not even going to try. Like, there was no talking to this guy.
He was just one of those that he put it out there because he knows it's worth it and he's not willing to deal.
Yeah.
Somebody out there is going to give it eventually, but
I mean, honestly, even that 75, I think, would have been way too much for that thing, honestly.
Was it in good shape? I mean, good shape for the Falcon.
It definitely looked like the Falcon was flying around and, doing some parcel runs. Let me put it to you that way. It looked like it could have been within the movie itself. Okay.
Okay, but I guess my question is was it in good shape for what it was, or did it look that way?
The side hatch door on it. It was missing that. It was pretty beat up.
Yeah, I'd have looked at him and says, "Buddy, I'll give you $1.50 for it."
He's so right about this. Exactly, but that's okay. Right there,
Yeah, when you get someone that's not willing to move, especially if it's missing pieces already. I mean, really, what is really the value of that ship to begin with? Probably not much more than the 150, maybe 200.
You're right.
And then it's missing pieces.
Yeah.
I'd have looked at it and said, "Buddy, I'll give you $1.50 for it."
Yeah.
It's one thing, the fact that, yeah, it's supposed to look like it's been beat up and everything, but it shouldn't come to you like it just came straight from the junkyard.
No. Not at all.
Literally, this guy probably found it somewhere and bought it off of somebody for $20.
You know what? He probably found it at like an estate sale or a garage sale or something like that.
Yep.
It looked like it was in that kind of condition where somebody was selling it at like a sale like that, and he picked it up, saw what it was, picked it, snatched it up real quick, and said, "Nope, going to my shop." you know. So he probably bought it for like $5 and is now making so much more off of it.
I mean, you know, hats off to him for trying to make a buck off of it. I mean, still,
Yeah.
you can't sell something that's not complete for that kind of money. Not if it's not worth that, you know, double that in great shape. Once you're missing a couple of pieces, it's just not.
Jonathan is just on it tonight. That yeah,
I
this
was just reading
walking
that.
around scoring deals on Darth Vader's and things like that. See, I'm very picky recently about what I bring home because we have so much stuff around. Like you can see, like this here, you can see just a little bit of it, but this shelf, this bookcase right here, is just full of toys.
Well, and you know, one day you guys are going to move, and you have to pack all that stuff up and move.
All this stuff came from New York.
And you've added to it.
We've always added to our stuff, but yeah.
But that's what I'm saying. If you know, choosing what you want to add to it, you know.
Exactly. So, like, we have collected so much Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. At one point, we were just like, "Oh, Nightmare Before Christmas. Yep, we're gonna get that." You know, it's just because it had Nightmare Before Christmas on it. We were, "Oh, yep." You know, but now it's like, all right, enough Nightmare stuff. I have no more room for it. I have a whole China, like when the China hutch that we had. When we were doing the game nights, when we were doing the board games, there was that hutch right behind us. That hutch is full of Nightmare Before Christmas.
Talking about the one where you guys were playing your game night? Yeah.
That hutch is full of Nightmare Before Christmas stuff. And that's most of it. There's a lot of other collectibles in there too. But
welcome in, ATGH Travels.
ATGH Travels. What's going on? Yeah, you guys, you know who I'm talking to.
Yeah, it's one of those channels.
Yeah, that's all right.
You know, you talk about that. I mean, I've sent you pictures of my wife's hutch that I've taken over. It used to be her grandma's hutch, and she put all her angels in it, and then I just started collecting stuff from, you know, Disney, and now the popcorn buckets. Well, I've got that Millennium Falcon in there. You know, you've seen how big that is, and you know, I've got all sorts of other stuff, and you know, not a lot of room to add more stuff to it. You were frozen for a minute.
This one getting deals all day. This one, he's been getting deals all day at that flea market like this. Like
$1,200,
and you got it for $5.
So have you turned around and resold that yet? Tell you what, if I found out a $5 deal from a flea market was worth $1,200, it would not take me long to put that up on eBay.
See, this doesn't apply in my house because Jess is equally as at fault as collecting as I am. Point in case being right there. You know, like the Halloween Care Bear pop figure, you know, like, so she's as bad as me.
Our end, Danny.
Gotcha. Stand by. There we go.
Hey,
The
Patrick
Apple
just
Mark
asked.
is upon us.
You said you bought that at the flea market, didn't you?
Yes.
That Halloween Care Bear.
Yes. That was the same place as the other the game, Patrick. Yeah, that was at the flea market. So yeah, but
Yeah, I try not to go to flea markets. They don't have many in our area. There's a lot that we can get to pretty quickly, but
thanks for joining us.
But you know, when I was younger, I used to go to auctions all the time. And I was the guy sitting in the back waiting for him to grab the box of stuff.
Yep.
Can I get $1 for this? Yeah, I'll give you $1 for that. Yeah. 99% of the time, you didn't make anything back on it, but
you know what I want to do, but I'm just afraid of the outcome of getting nothing for it is going to one of those storage ones.
Yeah.
And doing that. Like they do on Storage Wars and stuff.
Yeah, because you know there are no places that have anything really. Storage that is probably the most set up show I've ever watched.
Yeah, because realistically, if you know your thing, like you know when you're about to like not being able to pay for your storage unit, and what you're gonna do, I know I will. I'd be like, all right, empty the thing out. We ain't paying for it. They're gonna auction it off. It's gonna be empty. That's it.
Yep. You know, they crack it open and you see a bunch of boxes, and you see these people bidding hundreds of dollars for this stuff.
Yep. Kurt, we actually went to the Cabbage Patch place. One of our first videos was from there.
You know, I don't think I've ever seen that video.
You haven't seen that one?
I don't think so.
It's a creepy video.
You know, there's probably a couple of nights while it played in your playlist overnight when I went to bed. But
yeah,
I've never personally sat and watched it.
It's definitely a creepy video. Like they got like Cabbage Patches being born from a tree.
What?
Go watch the video. You'll see.
Yeah, now I'm going to have to.
You do. You definitely do. From Mother Cabbage and Jess wanted to go. She's always wanted to go to the Cabbage Patch Museum. It's called Babyland General Hospital. She wanted to always go. So we moved down. When we got down here, we first started the channel. She was like, "That's where we're going for. That's where we're going." I was like, "Okay."
Whatever you say, Linda.
That was one heck of a day. I'll tell you that, Tony. I'll tell you that much.
Didn't sleep right for a couple of days.
No, Tony. My gosh. All right. So you want the story of the Cabbage Patch?
Is it creepier than the Doll Trail?
All right, hold on, Tony. I got to do it. We'll do it this way. Hold on. We'll watch it. We'll watch it together, Tony.
I'm down.
We'll watch it together. Go to my channel. Go to my videos. Once I pull it up, I'll share it. I got to go. It's in the beginning, so let me do it this way. It's to the oldest. I love having two screens. I really do. I know you're jealous because you've told me.
Yeah, I'm sitting here on my laptop just kind of. Although I didn't have to wait for my laptop for a month.
Yeah, okay. Just rubbing it in. Thanks. Full screen that. Do that. All right. Share.
You know, after all that wait, how does your computer run? Does it run really well?
If you know that if I'm able to if I'm looking to do this, it's so much better. You know, I was able to play Animal Crossing. All right, you ready, Tony?
Yep.
All right. This is early Two Real Geek stuff here.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Two Real Geeks. I'm super excited about what we have planned for today. So,
Wait, watch. This is great editing from my point for early stuff.
I'll give you
Watch. Come on, that's early editing, Tony.
Hey, that's good stuff right there.
Right? That's all her Cabbage Patch dolls that she collected. She has more. Now do you see where she wanted to go?
Here's the thing. Did she buy one while she was there?
Yes.
Welcome in, Shelly.
Hey, Shelly.
We got Michigan in the house.
Cabbage Patch. You can tell, look at her. She's so excited about going to this place. Thanks, Jonathan. I appreciate it. This is early editing, too. Like,
We'll say it. Wasn't bad at all.
We were perfectionists since day one. Like, I needed to be perfect.
You know, you say the word perfection and stuff. I get chastised by the wife about trying to be too perfect with my stuff.
I get chastised for not trying to be too perfect by it. She's like, no, it could be better.
There's a couple of videos that I never put out because she's like, you don't have to be perfect. You can make mistakes.
Yeah, but I get where you're coming from, though. Oh, gosh, Jess. So much talking on Jess's elements.
She just loves to talk, doesn't she?
Oh, who are you kidding? But she'll tell you she don't like talking. Okay, there.
All excited. Getting to.
This was the early camera too. Look at how much different the cameras were. This was all shaky. Oh my gosh, Tony, I can't. This is all shaky and.
Your hair's all disheveled.
So okay, so story time.
Hold up before you go anywhere with this. Do you realize how odd it is to see you like this? Now that you've cut your hair? Yep.
Yeah. So story time. So Cleveland, Georgia is probably about an hour and a half away from us, right?
Mm-hmm.
And at the time, we made this drive, and I had a manual Dodge Colt, okay?
Oh, wow.
A 1990 Dodge Colt, okay? Little 5-speed. Made it all the way up there, an hour and a half away, right? We're probably about 10, 15 minutes away.
Uh-huh.
All of a sudden, from the right passenger tire, I hear, bah!
Oh, no.
I'm like, what the? And then I'm hitting the brake, and the brakes won't go. And the brakes are like, oh, geez. Like,
Your brakes went out?
I got them back. Thank gosh, I know what I'm doing. Working with cars, I'm great. I know what I was doing. So I got it back. And I'm looking, and I'm like, okay, there's no brake pad in the front of this one, but I got a rear brake pad, so I got three and a half brakes. Okay, fine, whatever. Get to the Cabbage Patch place. Now I'm like stressed out. You can see just in my face right here, I'm like, this place is going to be the death of me. So now, we drove home on 3.5 brakes.
Oh, wow.
In a manual, okay? In a manual.
Mm-hmm.
Got home. You got to take like 3 highways to get there, okay?
Oh, no.
You tell you how red that rotor was and how eaten up it was.
I can only imagine that caliper biting into it.
The caliper piston cocked itself and pushed out, and the front the front pad by the on the front of the rotor went flying out into somewhere. I don't know where it went in that road, but it was gone.
So that's what that sound was that pad letting loose.
Was that pad flying out? Because it flew out, and we heard it hit the bottom of the car. It hit the clutch, the shifter. The shifter went into neutral. I'm like, oh my God! I'm like, what is going on? I think it wedged itself in there because I couldn't really shift it. I had to wiggle the shift.
Oh no!
And then I'm like, okay, it's shifting now. I'm like, okay, like whatever it was, it hit the shift, and it wouldn't. Oh, yeah. It was. Anyways, back to this. You wanted a reaction video. There you go. There's your reaction video. Yeah, going through this. Wait until you see these creepy things. So literally walk in, and it's a nurse's station. At this point, Jess is just like freaking out.
Yeah, I'm not sure how I feel about this. It's just.
It was Easter time, as you can see, with the whole bag of Easter eggs there.
Yes, ma'am. Just two of us.
And it's free to get in too. So.
Yeah.
But yeah, the whole nurse's station to get into the maternity ward.
Thank you so much.
Yeah. But this is the cool part, though, coming up here was on one of these walls over here in the back, right here.
Yeah.
There's a whole bunch of celebrity photos. Yeah, right there, of all the celebrities that actually been through the place.
Now, did they take your picture on the way out?
They should have, right?
I mean, you guys are the two real geeks.
Exactly. I mean, George Lucas, and you had everybody that came through here. Like, there was just so many, I couldn't get them all.
Tom Selleck and his mustache.
Yep. I mean,
is that Scott Bakula up there?
I believe it was. Billy Joel.
Jeff Goldblum.
Yep.
Oh, it's Steve Martin.
Betty White. Like, it's just amazing places that you go to that you never think a celebrity would have gone through, like this. How many celebrities came through here? You know.
Now this seems like so much like a Jeff Goldblum tour. You know, he would definitely do this.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Penn and Teller.
Yeah. Jim Henson. I mean, Jim Henson was in the same. I was in the same building as Jim Henson. I mean, come on.
Oh no, Shelly! Did you see what Shelly just put?
No, it didn't pop up on my screen yet. Now I see it right there. So there were a lot of knockoff Cabbage Patch dolls.
Oh yeah,
There's
were.
a whole history behind Cabbage Patch, like a whole like feud behind it. Like the whole like Xavier Roberts, I think his name was, or whatever it was. Like he like literally just stole Cabbage Patch from the original makers. Like there's just so many celebrities in here.
Yeah, they loved them some.
Yeah.
Some Cabbage Patch dolls.
Yep. This is when Jess was in the restroom too. I'm just
Killing time. Vincent Price.
Yep.
But it's impressive on how you have
Wait.
Vincent Price next to Ted Danson. This must be a good place. You want to come check? You want an
So yeah, like these are just like this was like a wall of like the history of Cabbage Patch here.
I mean, Cabbage Patch dolls are an iconic
Hmm.
American thing, and the tour itself could probably be pretty cool.
It wasn't even like a real. It's a self-guided tour.
Cabbage Patch Kid with Mickey Mouse club ears.
So, Shelly, you guys had to spend a year playing with green Cabbage Patch knockoffs until you got a real one, huh?
I found the doctor for this hospital.
You gotta admit, some of the things we say in our videos are really just funny at times. That was the original Cabbage Patch, what they originally looked like.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I am really glad that they changed the design of it. Because if
Exactly.
they wouldn't have, Cabbage Patch no one would know it.
I used to have that from the Goose Book too. And that dog.
Everybody had it full on.
Well, see, you had the Cabbage Patch Kid. Didn't they come out with like Cabbage Patch Animals or something?
Tony,
pets?
they got Cabbage Patch everything right now. Like,
Yeah, I remember my sister had a couple of Cabbage Patch dolls, but she also had like some sort of
animals and stuff, yeah.
it wasn't even really an animal. I can't remember what it was called.
Nightmares come true.
You know, my wife just said, and I forgot about this. They had Garbage Pail Kids.
Yep.
They actually come out with dolls too.
Did they really?
Yeah,
You ever
I
seen
don't think they did very well, but
Jessica's about to walk into the nursery.
Yeah.
okay. Now this is kind of creepy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get to the creepy part. Because this is just that right there is an original Cabbage Patch. What they
Oh,
used to look like. Okay.
She Nurse Gardner.
It's more like Nurse Ratchet.
Yeah.
that's what I was thinking.
Okay, all their clothes, whatever. Okay, so this tree.
This is actually the boys' side of the store.
Let me get to this. This is where they're born from. Okay.
Oh wow.
If you notice,
So
this camera was horrible.
This tree.
Oh my gosh, Tony, how did I do this?
Should be here.
You got to start
Yeah.
somewhere.
Look, exactly. He said, wait until you see them being born. Yeah, exactly. All right, here. There it is.
Oh, these are people that work there?
Yeah, they're about to give birth to the tree.
Oh no.
Oh yeah.
Oh no.
Look what Jonathan said. That is funny. Look, my mother. Even my mother said it's creepy.
Yeah, it is creepy.
Wait, they're gonna give birth to a doll through the ground here and everything.
And these two are like taking it like super serious. They're like,
Tony,
this is going to be so cool.
They're paid to do this, Tony. It's a whole script too. I mean, come on.
Oh, got to get the blanket ready.
Did you hear what they just gave her a shot to basically dilate her, Tony? Yeah. Mm-hmm. This.
Huh. Oh no.
Yes. It gets worse, Tony. Come on.
This is, and I seen someone with their kids.
Yes.
And their children are.
Yes. Everybody's there with kids. There was a birthday party standing right in front of us. A whole bunch of kids. watching this. A whole bunch of kids.
Get in there and get a good one.
What, the creepy business with the tree?
Yeah.
I don't get it.
Even Jess doesn't get it.
Well, what's the point of the Cabbage Patch? The point of the whole Cabbage Patch story is to explain away where babies come from. So to have a tree give birth to them defeats the whole purpose.
The creepiest part is she was elbow deep.
Yeah. Ugh.
Exactly.
I mean, and not just one elbow, two elbows.
Wait,
she was
but
like
then-
down in there.
And there was my mother's, just, and I filmed it. Yeah, exactly.
A tree's giving birth to a Cabbage Patch Kid at the Cabbage Patch Nursery. My wife's back here. What are you talking about? Talking about some poor woman being elbow deep in a cabbage patch.
Yep.
I'm never going to look at these things the same again.
I'm telling you. But yeah. Look, Shelly. Yeah, let's applaud that. I mean, and then the nursery.
What are they doing to that poor Cabbage Patch
We're
dog?
giving it its after birth checkup in the nursery. Cleaning its nose out.
You know, I don't think this woman has a medical degree. She shouldn't be doing this.
I gotta stop this. This is
Wow.
Yep.
That was disturbing.
I told you it would be.
Yeah, phew.
This was the original stuff that we had on the channel, though.
Not gonna lie, that head of cabbage after that woman had both her arms in there is never going to be the same again.
Wait, here. That is funny. Oh man. I mean, do I have any? Was there any other weird videos that we did? I mean, I don't think so. I mean,
Yeah, I can guarantee you there's not one weirder than that one.
I have one of the Easter Bunny dancing, but
Yeah, but no one was up to their elbows in the Easter Bunny.
yeah, this is true.
Just saying.
I mean, then we had the our Get Up challenge that we did, the Star Wars Get Up challenge. Did you ever see that one?
I think so.
Yeah, there was one where we were dressed up, the Jawas and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta go back and watch that one. I'm not playing that right now. Give me a copyright stuff. But yeah, that was definitely.
Did you get a copyright on that one?
Yeah, we did. We didn't get a strike. We just got the hey, yeah.
Yeah. Just
But
you're never going to make money off this.
yeah, which was all right. We knew what we were doing. That's what we do. Like we'll put a fun video out. We know we're not going to make anything off of it. You know, it's not going to be qualified for anything. But
You know, you got to do some
exactly.
pretty off stuff to get that strike.
Oh, you deliberately have to know what you're doing to do that. Like,
I mean, I've got Festival of the Lion King from beginning to end. No edits, no nothing. And I mean, I think it's got 6 or 7 claims on it.
yeah,
I didn't get a copyright strike on that.
you get a warning though, right? Like, hey,
Yeah. If I go,
yeah,
if I go into my thing, it's 7 different spots where it says, you know, they claim the monetization on,
yeah,
which, you know,
whatever
I didn't put it up to make money off of. I put it up to
share.
Yep.
It's funny because all of Disney is like that.
Oh,
Everything in Disney World is like that. I don't understand. I don't get. I really feel bad for these Disney YouTubers who are down there full time doing this. Like, it's hard for me in Six Flags at times. You know, when they blast in the music and stuff like
yeah.
that. But thank goodness YouTube added that mute feature now, where I can actually just mute the song out.
Yeah, and you don't actually have to mute it. You just tell it to
Yeah.
mute it, and it
It'll
just
keep me
automatically.
talking, and I'll just mute the song, and that's what I've been doing recently. I just okay. If it's gonna pop up, it'll ask me if I want to mute the song, and yep, mute the song. Don't mute everything else. Don't delete it. Just mute the song. I'm happy. I say that too because
How you doing, Noah?
Hey,
Oh,
Noah,
Shelly,
what's up?
they blocked that first stream.
Oh wow, wow. See, I don't know if you guys have realized, but you go back to our original stuff now, like some of the live streams and things like that, the game nights and that, where we use the original theme song. The original theme song is copyrighted now, even though it was off of a free to use
Yeah.
site. So now I'm getting them coming up, and I have to mute them as if they're not even existing anymore. So that's why we switched. Which honestly, I like the new theme better than the other one. I'm not even gonna lie. You caught on to the new theme, right?
Well, yeah, I like the new theme. Sorry, my wife is saying something to me.
It's catchier.
Yeah, I like it. It fits you guys.
It does. That's what
I mean,
we
the
were
old one did as well, but this one here fits you pretty well too.
exactly. Shelly said they are partially blocked, and the second one, nothing wrong, and the third one, I guess. Max is drinking water, isn't
Yes, he is.
he? He's doing a Leia. He's like, well, if Leia can do it.
I know he. I'm surprised he hasn't like wandered back and forth. He'll start to now.
Yep. Tony, I got big things next week, man.
What do you got next week?
You know.
Oh yeah. Forgot about that.
That's under wraps, though.
Yeah, I mean, it'll be good.
Yeah. Exactly. I'm excited. Like, we're going to the park tomorrow. So it should be interesting to see stuff. We're doing we're covering the water park though, to see how that is.
Is that open tomorrow?
It doesn't open tomorrow. It's already open.
Oh, okay.
But we figured, you know what, let's do it on a weekday when it's less crowded. Because last time we did Hurricane Harbor, it was on a weekend. So
yeah, my home park, or Cedar Point, they are not going to open their water park at all this year.
they're also not opening your water ride either.
No, they're not.
Saw that. What is it? Snake River or whatever?
Snake River Expedition.
Yeah.
It's just basically a boat ride. I mean,
that's the one we were talking about last week, though.
Yeah. It just goes through a stream and kind of shows you.
And the bridge at the end, splash, and
oh no! That's Snake River Falls. That has been there for a while.
That's not opening this year for you guys.
Yeah, that's opening. Snake River Falls.
Is it? Because I saw a thing earlier today that says that Cedar Point is not opening Snake River Falls this year.
Snake River Expedition.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yes, it was they used to have a ride there similar to what Disney has with the Liberty Boat.
Okay.
It was more of a. It was much smaller, but I mean.
You sure it was that? Because I saw it was like legit. There was a bridge with a big splash there, like it said, and it said not opening.
Everything I read that all rides except for Steel Vengeance is not going to open the first week. But from everything I read, all rides are opening on opening day.
The announcement, Kurt, you're just gonna have to wait. The announcement will come out on Tuesday. So it's gonna be good. How are we? Well, was not required at the water parks, Kurt. At least in the water rides and stuff. So
Yeah, I'm going and I'm checking out some stuff real quick. Now, one thing
wasn't it called Thunder Canyon?
Thunder Canyon is another ride that's there, and everything I had read, and I'm kind of looking through to see if they are going to or not. Let's see. Okay, yeah, Snake River Falls is not going to open, but Thunder Canyon, which is, I don't know if you guys have anything like it there, but the Cali River Rapids at Disney, it's same type of ride.
We actually done the River Falls.
Okay. So, I mean, they're all basically the same.
Yeah. The very first one of those I've ever buzzed on was in Hershey Park.
Yeah, those rides are great when it's 90 degrees out, and but you are going to get wet.
Here's my thing. If I'm going to the park and I know I want to get on that, then I'll dress for it. If I'm in the park, I will not just get on it. I do not like walking around the theme park with wet sneakers all day.
That's why you put a dry bag on your back, throw your shoes in it.
Yeah, I hear you, but then like the pants and it's just things about it that just make me uncomfortable. Like I if I'm doing it, like we did our water park, our water ride challenge.
Mm-hmm.
You ever see that video? That was a great video that we did. That was a great one that we did, and I literally went into the theme park, into Six Flags, wearing a bathing suit and flip-flops just to do that video.
You know, a lot of people do that up at, well, they used to have a few more water rides than what they do now.
Yeah.
Because you used to have the Snake River Falls, you had Thunder Canyon, you had Whitewater Landing, and you had Shoot the Rapids. So, I mean, most people, that's the shorts they wore were their swim trunks.
Yeah.
Just because you were going to get wet quite a few times during the day.
Yeah. I mean, I'm one to wear flip-flops wherever I go, but not to a theme park.
No.
Like, I have no problem with it, but now if you do the water rides, I will do it.
Yeah. All day at a theme park in flip-flops, I've seen people do it.
I think I can do it. It's just the whole roller coaster thing. Like, I know I get on too many crazy rides where
I may
not go home with, shoes or maybe one shoe. So,
yeah, I cannot. I actually had to do it one day in Disney when me and my wife went on our honeymoon. My shoes just did not fit properly, and here it was just the way they were laced. My feet were so sore that I had to put on flip-flops because I needed the room for them to stretch.
It's just with the heat down there and everything else, sometimes you just need to.
Yeah. And I actually did okay. And I don't do very well walking all day with flip-flops.
It's just don't hope it rains because then you're screwed.
Yeah, because you slip all over your flip-flops. And there's nothing worse than that.
The other day, we went out to a Party City to go get some stuff for our next week. You can only imagine what we got. Well, you actually saw what we got in the video in our last live stream from Saturday.
Yeah.
When Batman made his appearance. So when we went out to go get that, it just poured that night when we were out. And I'm wearing flip-flops and I'm in the middle of a parking lot and I'm like, yep, these are coming off. Almost busting my butt. I don't know how. Oh my gosh.
Speaking of Batman, did you happen to watch that Twitter clip I sent you today?
No, I didn't even know you sent me a clip on Twitter.
Or no, not on Twitter. I texted it to you, the Twitter clip.
Oh, yeah.
You said you were afraid to open it?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Spider-Man on a unicycle?
Yep. Exactly. But yeah.
So you say you guys are going to the theme park tomorrow morning?
I'm going tomorrow. Well. Danny messed up tonight
Uh-oh.
because Danny thought Walmart was open later, which, whatever. I thought I saw a sign. Apparently there was no sign. And, so Jess went out. She's looking for a bathing suit for tomorrow.
Okay.
So I send her out to Walmart. She's like, yeah, thanks a lot. Walmart's closed. Closes at 8:30. I'm like,
Oh, no.
Okay, thank you, Noah. I appreciate that, buddy. So now I got to wake up earlier, take Jess to Walmart, and then go to the park.
And what time is Six Flags opening now? 11?
Something like that. I know I have a 12:05 reservation, so.
See, they're saying 11 to 7 for Cedar Point, but my reservation's for 10 a.m. So they must be still doing the hour early for pass holders.
Yeah, probably.
But
at Six Flags that we used to be able to get in like 30 minutes beforehand.
yeah, that's the way my pass is set up. But the hours say 11 to 7, but the reservation popped up because I was smart enough to go 2 days ahead of everybody else. By 9:30, the first 1,500 of the opening day, they were gone. I'm like, you know what? It's going to be the same amount of people whether you go on the 9th or the 11th.
Exactly. So what are you doing? You're driving there and driving back the same day?
Yeah.
How long of a trip is that?
It's a little over 2 hours.
Oh, that's not bad.
No, it's not bad at all. And it's a pretty easy drive. I literally hit the road, go north.
They're closing so early too.
Yeah.
So it's not like you're doing that drive in the dark where it's like, okay, I'm tired, I've been in the sun all day, and
I've done a lot of times of getting up there for a 10 o'clock opening and staying till they closed at midnight and driving all the way home. Let me tell you, it's a rough ride.
Yep, that's what I'm saying.
14 hours in a theme park, and then a lot of that ride is really dark road.
Thank you. Look, I get it. I get what's going on. I get we living in a funky time. I do. But come on, Walmart, get your stuff together here, man. Like,
they've got plenty of time to closing at 8:30
is ridiculous. Ridiculous.
I mean, like you said, it is what it is. We can't change the world we live in, but you can't just go till 9.
Exactly.
Round it up a half an hour.
10. Give me to 10, please.
Yep.
It's 10. I get out of work at 7. It takes me about an hour or so to get home. So by the time I get home, what am I going to do?
Yep.
What am I going to do? I have to wait until a day off to go to get what I need. I mean, come on.
Oh, yeah.
This desk should have been available in Walmart, in the store, right? You would figure, right? No, I had to order this desk online to pick it up in Walmart. But it makes sense now, too, because I heard that there's actually a pressed wood shortage right now. So
a lot of it comes from China, too.
Yeah. Oh, gosh. What can we do for you?
No.
Hi, Jess.
Hi, Tony. I just came to say hi to Tony, not you.
Oh, okay. She just came saying hi to you, not me.
Well, you know what? I understand. I mean, if I was her, I'd want to come say hi to me too.
I know nobody wants me around. It's okay. I get it.
You're just there to bring home the guest toilet paper.
Exactly. Shelly said hi, Jess. Okay, she's deep in the other room. I don't even know.
She's like, I'm out of here.
Yeah. Exactly. It's funny. I'm excited for your vlog. I really am.
I am too.
So you're gonna steal my styles and everything, and you're gonna do it. You're gonna do it.
We'll get that. Go and get that just right angle of all the trees. I don't think there's a gazebo at Cedar Point, though.
Oh, God, stop it. Stop it. I'm actually doing something where I'm going to start experimenting with something for camera angles and stuff like that. I'm trying to add more elements. Yeah. Like, Jess, what do you call me again? She calls me Fellini or for something weird like that. Jess, what do you call me?
I call you a lot of things.
What
in particular?
Because she laughed at me because I'll start.
What do you call him that's
Fellini.
stream appropriate?
She calls me Fellini because I started trying to get like these artistic shots and everything. And
Danny's walking by.
Hey, a Fellini deserves to have a pinguini.
right? See?
Fellini.
He said Fellini deserves to have a pinguini.
Oh.
Yeah. Oh.
Okay.
See? So it works. It's fine. Everybody's saying hi, Jess.
Hi,
And
everybody.
and if he doesn't get one, he's going to go talk to a manager.
Right? Unfortunately, that's the manager right there.
That's right, Karen. And you get nothing.
Goodbye, Linda.
Bye, Karen.
You get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Oh, God, don't do any of that spinning stuff.
No.
We already have enough people that do spinning around.
Like,
Jonathan said it perfect right here.
you know, exactly. No, like I want to go. I want to start with the camera, like experimenting with more like angling and trying to get more like a shot that's going to make you be like, oh wow, like that just stands out. Like a roller coaster shouldn't be at that angle, but it's on your screen like that.
Yeah, I understand. You're just experimenting with what you're putting out there.
Yeah, I did it by accident in one of our shots. Like I knew, like I saw it, and I was like, "Ooh, that worked." So, whole new spin on the park,
Yeah.
or wherever I'm at, like a whole new spin on a B-roll or something,
Now, are you following through and keeping like blooper stuff?
No.
I know we talked about that one day.
No, honestly, maybe I got to start doing that. And
I mean, because you have it already.
I have videos from video number 1. I have them all on an external hard drive. So, but the problem is just so much to go through and actually see.
Yeah.
What? And I'm going to tell you honestly, a lot of the bloopers are always in the beginning of the videos. It's never much in the middle. There's not much in there at all. It's always when we're starting the video, Jess will start laughing at nothing, or I'm just like, you know, like not knowing where I like, oh, where am I again? Like say like the weirdest spot that I'm at, like I'll be like, I forget where it was. Like, oh, when we went to the Arabian Mountain, right? I was like, yeah, we're here at the Arabic Mountain. And Justice like, where's the Arabic Mountain? Like, you know, things like that. It's just, okay, cool.
Oops.
Yeah. So it's just little things like that. I mean, every once in a while, I'll catch something. I think when I catch it, I'm going to start saving it and like marking it where it is and putting them to the side. And maybe every other month I'll throw something out.
Let's say, you know, I've seen a couple people that do it, and they do like something like at the end of the year or partway through the year. And just to see that, I think opens up a whole new thing, because, you know,
it shows that you're not just a robot.
Exactly.
You're there having fun, and you know you can mess up just like everybody else.
Yeah, and because you know you get a certain amount of people that come through your channel that don't create, and just to throw that out there and be like, yeah, this is how we got to the finished product, you know, because
yeah,
you know
exactly.
we did take 6 takes to say, hey, we're here at Six Flags today.
Yeah,
you know,
or it's, you know, because Jess doesn't like the glasses on most of the time when we, you know, doing like I get this one a lot. It's glasses up, and then I'm like, okay, yeah. So Jess, or you know, or I'll be like, hey Jess, hey Jess, hey Jess, stop it. I'm like, pay attention to the camera, please. Hey Jess, do you want to do this? And you know, like, oh yeah, you know.
Hey Linda.
Like, but that's the other thing too. Like things like that, I won't put in video. Like I won't be like, oh Linda, you know, like our videos we keep, you know, like I want them to be presentable and you know, like yeah, they're fun as it is, but I don't want that. And they're fun and goofy, but I don't want overly goofy, you know? Like,
yeah.
Our live streams are different because this is showing that what you see in our videos is legit. I can't edit this. I can go back and edit it, but you know, with 10 people watching, you guys are all going to know what happened.
Yeah.
No. You know, so it's as you see our videos is how we are. I mean, you know, we talked on the phone how many times, and you know, you know, I don't hide anything. Jess doesn't hide anything, and
well, I think that's why me and you work so well, because you know, if I could stop trying to be so perfect on a stream, or not a stream, on my videos, I'd have many more things put up. But I get so aggravated with the whole, you know, like right now, I'm trying to find the words for what I'm trying to say, and it's like, but when you just try to go off the cuff, it's like, okay, none of this worked. I'm just done. Yeah, I get halfway through filming, and it's like, you know what? I can't go back and catch this again.
Is when you get to that park, just go with it. Don't sit here and be perfect. Remember what I told you? I told you, hype yourself up. When you get to that park, right before you get to that park, you're like, yeah, I'm going to go. I'm going to have fun. I'm going to film this day. I don't know what I'm going to film, but it's going to be fun.
Yeah.
And that's what you need. And you just have that camera and just go with it. You know, like, you know, just go with it. Don't make it, a documentary. Don't make it any like just whatever you're gonna do. However you would talk to your kids with you or whatever.
So I got to yell at everybody?
Well, or like if me and you were in the park, you'd be like, "Oh, that's awesome." That camera's with you in the park, so technically, like I'm with you in the park. Kurt's with you in the park. Patrick's with you in the park. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just like, look at this. This is awesome. Obviously you're gonna have to turn it around or whatever. You'll figure it out. But that's what you got to do. Is just don't care what you're doing. You know why? If you didn't like it, you can take it out.
You're absolutely right, and I got to find that within myself to get past the not being polished.
And you don't have to be.
And it's going to come with time.
Right. It will. At first, I'm gonna tell you right now. When you go to that park at first, you're gonna feel weird.
Oh, I figure I will.
I'm gonna tell you why. Not because people are looking at you like, why? What are you doing? People are gonna be looking at you like, oh, he's a YouTuber. They're gonna know what you're doing. You're gonna get little kids running up. I get it all the time, Tony. Are you filming a YouTube movie? Are you doing a video for YouTube? You're like, yep, I am. They're gonna run away. And be like, oh, I spoke to a YouTuber. I'm looking. I'm like, it's just me. Like, oh my God.
I can attest to that quite a bit. When we were at Disney and we met Corey and his wife Stephanie, the kids were like, all like, oh, because especially kids, kids in this generation, YouTubers are bigger stars than people on TV.
This is their entertainment.
Yeah.
So they know what you're doing. They know when somebody's standing there in some random place and they're like, they're talking to the camera like, yeah, they know what you're doing. They know what you're doing. So I'm gonna tell you right now, especially someplace like that, at Cedar Point, people are gonna look. You're gonna get, hey, look what he's doing. We got to find him. Like, look, you got the shirt too, Tony.
Yeah, got it on tonight too.
I see. People are
going to and everything.
They're going to see it, and they're going to know. So,
hey, I just noticed Patrick said, "Or almost fall in water."
Yeah. Well, that is actually Patrick. Patrick falls in water. He fell in water one day when we were out, and yeah. But me, I almost fell in the water at Sweetwater. You didn't see that.
I edited that out.
Oh yes.
See, that is what I'm talking about. Those little things there, those tiny little things, just in a 5-minute video of like, the holy crap moment.
Yep. Exactly. That's like the new video going around on like of the seagull that stole the guy's GoPro.
I haven't seen that.
There's a video going around like beginning of like the summer that it was a guy who put a GoPro down. It was like they think he was doing a time lapse or something of the sky, and a seagull came down, swiped the GoPro, and was flying around with it in its mouth.
I'm going to find that one.
Yeah. I think GoPro actually put it out.
Okay. I think there's something with that I remember seeing something about that now.
A squirrel took a GoPro also, and yeah.
They got to do something to convince people to buy the GoPro compared to some of these cheaper ones.
Yep.
That are getting just as good reviews.
He said neither would. Yep. Exactly.
I've actually looked at a couple of those action cameras tonight, and I mean, some of them like $25. And
You seen the one I have, right?
and you read what's that?
You seen the one I have?
Yeah,
The little red one that I have. It comes with a waterproof case and everything, and
Yep.
I got it from Walmart for like $35-$40, something like that.
Yeah.
Perfect.
yeah. I was
Seriously,
looking at a
wow.
Vivitar with like
That's
hundreds of 4-star, 5-star reviews, and I'm GoPro's $200 just for the camera, and that's not even for the newest one. Then you still have to buy all the attachments for it.
Right. And here's the difference is with the GoPros and the Vivitars, I'll give it to GoPro because they're waterproof. Not all of them are, but you can get a waterproof one. I don't think there's a waterproof Vivitar right now. Give it some time, and I guarantee there will be, but it does have the case for it, so you can still use it. And you've seen my water park videos. You can still hear. I have it in the case, and you can hear me talking.
Yeah.
So it's really not that bad. Speaking of case, I have to find my case for tomorrow. That might be nice.
What else you got, Danny? Besides your water park tomorrow, and well, you got some things, but
I have a super secret mission coming up.
got his Mission Impossible coming.
Yep. That's gonna be fun. That is gonna be so much fun. But
For more reasons than one, but
yeah. But whatever. We're just going with it. We're just going with the flow. I mean, unfortunately, all I have right now to do is Six Flags.
is your state starting to close some things back down again?
I don't know, because I wouldn't put it past me to see it coming, because our governor at first earlier in the week was like, oh, masks aren't mandatory. But then he was on the radio this morning and he was like, well, they're recommended. He's like, they're not mandatory, but they're recommended. I was like, oh, okay.
There's a worry in me starting to stir that before we get to July 9th, things are going to start closing back down again. I don't think it's been here yet, but a lot of states have already closed back down any bars, any gyms, some restaurants.
Florida already shut the bars down.
Yeah. Matter of fact, the first day, I don't think Disney sold any alcohol at Disney Springs.
Oh. What do you think they're doing? What do you think they're going to do?
I don't know.
I don't think they're going to open.
I'm looking at the fact
I think
that
is what we're going to get for a while. I can see the resorts opening just because rooms are contained.
Yeah.
And not be able to use the pool because it's a communal area. They're going to close the pools down and the playgrounds down and not open the parks and, kind of keep Disney Springs as it is right now. But that, because if you don't open the parks, you're not going to get anybody in the resorts. But people are going to the resorts right now because of the DVC stuff, and the NBA players are all there too. That's the only reason we rush to get the resorts open. Realistically, let's think about it, because the NBA is going to be there.
Yep, and that's huge money for them.
Right. And a lot of those DVC members, they're going down just to get out of their house and sit and go to the resorts just for the scenery around the resort.
Yeah, I'm actually hearing that people that have current reservations at places like All Stars and Pop Century, they're getting upgraded to these DVC rooms because they've been calling people and be like, hey, we're not opening this resort. Are you still planning on coming? And they're getting put in the Polynesian, or they're getting put at Boardwalk. So I mean, right now, if you're not if you still had plans to go and you're like, hey, I still want to get out of the house, what a perfect time to go if you're an all-star movies or pop century type person, knowing that you're going to probably get put up at Animal Kingdom or somewhere else.
In this,
Well, in Michigan, that's true. In Ohio, that's not the case right now.
I'm talking like Florida right now and Georgia
Oh.
right now, and these southern states. They're not the lowest since March. They're the highest right now. Like,
actually, in Ohio, our numbers were like plummeting, and then they opened up some, then they opened up some more, then now everything's opened up, and boom, it's just went. Hospitalizations are not really skyrocketing, which is really what they need to look at with any of this. Because, we don't really talk about this like you don't, we don't on this show.
No.
But plain and simple, this was never meant to stop people from getting sick. It was meant to stop the hospitals from collapsing under the pressure of everybody getting sick at once.
Yeah.
You know what? We're at a point now where it's time for it to run its course and be done.
Yep. Like what Patrick's saying, not true in Georgia at all. He and I just talked about this today too. Like you're saying, yes, it may not have hospitalization rates higher, right? But it's still something there. And think of Disney, like, okay, Mississippi may not have the higher rates, but think of it now, Disney World, right? Who goes to Disney World? Everybody.
Yep.
If you could have an annual pass and live anywhere in the country. You can live anywhere in the world and have an annual pass to Disney.
Yep.
Now they're basically prioritizing annual pass holders, which I think is kind of wrong, in my opinion. And hold on. Okay. So I think it's wrong to favor annual pass holders because now they're all going to flock. They have higher priority to make a reservation and things like that. Isn't it where new reservations and new ticket sales are like in 2021, like September of 2021 or something like that now?
Yeah. At this point in time.
So it's September 2021. So right now you're saying to people, for the next 2 years, the next 2 summers, you ain't going on vacation. Who are you to control when people want to come to your park?
But at the same time, they don't want to keep extending everybody's annual passes because then you're going to get to a point where you're going to have all the annual pass holders are going to have however much time they have, but you're going to have them in a lump.
And then here's the thing, though, is I'm not really concerned about that. I'm concerned more with Disney as their theme park. I could see it happening with Universal here pretty soon. Think about look at Universal. Look at all the people that came from out of state that went down to Universal when Universal opened. You have people from everywhere, even California rushed over to Universal to get to an amusement park because it was Universal. Right, SeaWorld and Busch Gardens and all of that down there. They all flocked. So now they go to Florida with everything elevating down. They're closing the beaches this weekend in Florida. They're closing the beaches. That's how bad it is down there right now. And you still got theme parks open, a cesspool really, Yeah. And now you're bringing it back to their states. It takes that one. It takes that one to bring it back, to get it all over. You know,
Yeah, Patrick's not happy with COVID at all. I don't blame you. I'm kind of upset with it too.
either. I mean, he knows my, you know, like, I mean, yeah, like, all right, yeah, Six Flags is open, but realistically, Six Flags parks, they're local parks. You know, it's
Yep.
within the, you know, 100 to 200 mile range is what they kind of cater towards. You know, like from here, probably up to like, you know, the Carolinas or Virginia. Not even Virginia, because the next park in, would be Maryland, and that would advertise to Virginia up
Yeah.
to, you know, Delaware, halfway through Delaware, and then you have Great Adventures there, you know, up to, you know, wherever, you know, you got New England, you know, see, they kind of piggyback themselves on that. So realistically, Six Flags is not like a flock to location. So
Yeah, and that's the same way with the Cedar Fair parks. I mean, now there are plenty of Cedar Fair parks that are much smaller. But
right,
you got,
and they're starting to open up too. So
yep,
you know,
and they're regional parks outside of Knott's Berry Farm
and Cedar Point,
and Cedar Point. You know, they're very regional. But
right?
I know I've met people from all over the world at Cedar Point.
Yeah, I mean, Carowinds is more of a local, like within 4 hours or so, give or take.
Yep.
I'll tell you right now, like, I don't sit here and at home and watch commercials for Carowinds. You know, I see Six Flags. That's what I see. Six Flags and Disney. You know, Six Flags, Disney, Universal. Up in New York, I used to see Six Flags, Disney, Universal, but Six Flags Great Adventure, you know, up in New York over there. Yeah, I'm sure where you are, you know, you're not going to see a Six Flags commercial for you, you know, because you really none around you, right?
No, last time I seen a Six Flags commercial was Six Flags Worlds of Adventure, and that's been a long time.
Right. So they basically, if it's about 200 miles out from the park, is where they're going to advertise from.
Yeah, and Shelley, the recovery rate really in what we're, you know, it's not about recovery, not recovery. It's about the fact that
You're spreading it.
Yeah, and I mean,
You're
never going to convince the masses that we're going to be okay if we continue to spread it.
right.
I mean, whether you believe in one side or the other and what anybody thinks, when these numbers are rising, yeah, you test more people, you're going to get more positives. But if you don't test, that doesn't mean they're not there. It does not mean they're not there.
Right. Like, you may get it, you may not be in the hospital, you may just be like, okay, I'm just a little sick, whatever, you know, okay, fine. But you still got it, you still spread it. You know, somebody spread it to you, then, you know, you didn't know that you had it for, you know, the pet, what is it, like 78 hours or something like that, they're saying, between 48 to 78 or something like that. And you went to work with not knowing that you were incubating, you know. I mean, granted, a lot of people aren't working from home, but you went out to Walmart, you went to the grocery store, wherever, you know, you still had contact somewhere along the way. But I mean, I get where she's coming from too. I'm not a doctor. I don't.
That lady at the Cabbage Patch place, I bet you she wasn't a doctor either.
You really? Because she said she was. She fooled us. I played one on YouTube. Oh man. But I mean, what do you other than Cedar Point? What do you got coming up?
Hell, I got stuff to do around the house, and I think I'm going to try to film some of it. I got to finish a desk. I didn't get any of that film, but I got another project I'm going to be starting here over the next week. So I'm probably going to set up the tripod and the other camera and get some video of that. And
You're pretty crafty, that dude.
well, I try. My stuff doesn't come out all that great, but I try.
There you go again.
But my dad's been doing this type of stuff since he was, a kid, and
Yeah,
it's just one of those things that
you picked up.
he said he makes more firewood than he does projects. So I just gotta, settle into that fact. Shelly, it depends what I have. I work a lot with sassafras, which it's a softer wood, but it's very oak-like in look, especially when you stain it. It takes on a really nice look. And the nice part about it is, looks like oak, weighs less than pine.
That's awesome.
I love it. When
Yeah.
you build something and you got to carry it around somewhere, you pick it up and it looks really nice, and then you pick it up and it feels like you're picking up just some pine wood. You just can't beat that feeling.
Exactly. But I think we're good tonight.
And I think we are too.
'Cause I got to get up early, so.
That's all right.
Guys, we appreciate you hanging out with us.
Yes, thank you very much. And
It was great
I don't-
tonight. It was
I
always
don't think Lena's still in here, but if she is, thank you for the super chat for Danny tonight.
and I appreciate it. She went to bed, I think, so.
Oh yeah, she's
So.
an early riser.
And you sneaky little one there, sneaking the
Well.
first one in. Which,
You knew that I wasn't gonna let someone else be the
I
first
know.
to do super
Yeah,
chat.
exactly. Especially in our stream. Yeah, exactly. So that's awesome. But I think we're good.
Shelly, if you ever get a wood shop set up, sassafras wood, if you can find someone in the area that does it, it smells good for one, and it works well. But if you ever do it, that's definitely a wood to look out for.
We appreciate you, Patrick.
Yes.
We definitely do. Patrick got to our shirts. They actually came in today. He sent me a picture. They look awesome.
Now we just got to get him in some other shirts too.
Yes, but guys, we appreciate it. Have an awesome night and rock it out again. Here you go.